Hey guys, welcome to Z's Bees. I captured a swarm yesterday. It was one of the coolest things. I got it all on video. I know you're all here to see that. A little backstory on it. I was out of town. My bees decided to create some swarm cells. I didn't get a split done in time. It was ideal. I live in the city. I do backyard beekeeping. This is the far end of my backyard. There's a creek that runs by. I knew that the bees were gonna swarm. They were checking out the neighbor's garage. I set up a really quick and dirty swarm capture box. They started checking it out the day before. 12 hours later, or I should say 24 hours later, more bees were checking it out. About 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I heard some things kind of ticking on the window. I looked outside, didn't see anything, went into the kitchen, and I just heard this buzz, just this hum. And that's where the video starts. I captured it just as they were coming. I'm assuming they went up into one of these trees and they probably had their swarm ball up there. They sent the scouts out, the scouts come back, they let them know, and they all went over there. We captured them, and what I did is I sealed off the entrance last night when I got home from work at like 3:30 in the morning. I didn't want the scouts going out in the morning, getting their orientation flights done, things like that. So we locked them in there, we got them down here, and we're good to go. Enjoy the video. It's a swarm capture. It's really cool. Thank you. All right, I just heard a sound from our window. And here they are. They are absolutely swarming. It is a hum. They're all heading in. Holy cow. Not sure where the swarm was or if they just came over, but it is absolutely massive. And they're all moving in the hive. This is awesome. Thousands of bees. It should take about 20 minutes. And I'm trying to figure out where they swarmed. So it's already started to slow a little bit, but they're all marching right into that. I hope you guys can just hear that sound, how loud it is. They're all heading over and they're covering. Oh, I'm so happy I caught all this. It's kind of creepy, but this will only go on for about 20 minutes and then they'll all be in that new house. and then I will move them back down. Hopefully the queen makes it in there. Just a couple bees. What do you think, Grace? So right now I'm about 20 feet away. That's more of a perspective. I'm out here with Grace, my youngest, and I'm not sure where they swarmed from, but they're much more right over in the area of where the hive is, and they are marching in the little hole that I showed you before. And normally, from what I read, this takes about 20 minutes. They're already starting to really concentrate more right around the hive, so I'm thinking they're all kind of moving in. And once that queen gets in there, they'll all be right in there. This is kind of crazy, huh? Let's stay back here, Grace. I know you feel pretty safe with them, huh? If you look close, they're actually kind of all marching in. That might mean that the queen has made her way in. And before it was all spread out around here, and now it's much more congested right by the hive. So that is a good sign. This is absolutely awesome. All the bees are really starting to go. It looks like I can't get too, or I don't want to get too close. I'm holding my 1.5-year-old. But if you look, they're all kind of marching towards that entrance. And now I would say the cluster that was significant around here, let me zoom back out, is now really just kind of congregated over this back slab, which is about, what I think it's about 12 by 14. And they're all going in there. So if they choose to stay, I will have successfully captured a swarm of presumably my own bees. I wish I would have seen what it looked like when they were exiting the hive down below. And just to give you guys an idea, the hive is way down in the valley, way down below here. Okay, so they're all in this general area now, and they're all kind of starting to figure out where to go. And if I zoom in, you can see where they're marching towards that entrance. Once I can get closer, I'm assuming that some of them are fanning. But again, these bees don't have anything to protect right now, and most of them are really bound down by some honey and all the reserves, and so they're really not aggressive. Keep trying to get closer and closer. Again, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt holding my 1.5-year-old. I would never put her in an area that would be dangerous, so I'm not going to get any closer right now. Once Molly gets home, I'm sure I'll come back out here and play some more, but if you look, there's still quite a few that are flying around. I'll probably leave them here for a day and then move them down. If the queen goes in there and she likes what she sees, I'll take over this whole thing. Look at what we got. Can you guys see them all marching in? That's a good sign that the queen is probably inside. All right, so again, this is probably about 15 minutes after I started all the different videos, and they're really all marching in still. If I zoom in, you'll see them all marching towards the entrance. Just kind of watch the cluster, and they're all going in there. I don't know if this was a larger swarm or not, but based on the number that I saw initially, I'd say that it's a pretty good sized swarm. For a while, the whole garage door area was almost covered in bees, and all the eaves trough was up there was covered in bees. And basically, I'll step back here. I'll kind of do a, so you can kind of see this layout here. Over to the right there, that's the neighbor's yard that I initially saw the scout bees at. Saw them over here, put the hive there, and this whole area, this like giant area here, looked like a cloud. And I think I got some video. I was sitting in the house with Grace, and all of a sudden I kind of heard just a little bit of buzzing, and I thought I heard like 2 bees tap the window, and I looked out, and I think I caught the swarm just as they were starting to do it. So this is really cool. There's some videos of this online, but it's kind of a rare thing to actually see them moving into a house like that. It happens pretty quick. A lot of times you'll see the swarm up in a tree, and that's before they move into the house. But I'm hoping that once everything goes as planned in here, I'll move them back down by where their other home was, and we'll see how it goes. But for now, my little makeshift swarm catcher worked exactly as planned. The distance, I would say, is about 50 to 80 yards with a giant tree line. There's Grace. She's been awesome playing out here with me with the bees. So if you go way down there, there's a big valley down there with a creek that runs behind, and that's where the bees are. So I'm not sure if it looked like they actually flew over this giant oak tree and made their way in. So I wasn't sure if they were gonna swarm and then come, but it appears that they may have just come right to this area. So again, this is really cool to capture on video. Yeah, we'll just keep videotaping.
Where's that Graham?
In the porch. Molly's just coming over. She's missing the large action. Where's Paige? So they were Molly. They were covered up all over the house in this whole area. I couldn't even walk on the grass hardly, or I'd be within this the swarm. And They're all across the east. I was sitting there, I heard some bees hit the window, like kind of tapping, and I walked over towards the sink and I just heard this buzz. And it's like, oh, I think I got it. And sure enough, so they're all marching toward. I think they actually came over the top, unless they had a swarm way up in the tree that I didn't see. But I can't believe it freaking worked.
Are you so happy?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's kind of, you don't usually capture this. So, at risk of getting landed on here, I'm going to keep getting closer and closer. I'm just in shorts and a t-shirt, but it looks like they're fanning. Ooh, that is a good sign. Do you see that? You guys see up on top, all of them that are kind of on their hind legs? That might mean that our queen has made it in. You see them all on top? They're all on their hind legs. They're not moving. I think that is good. They're putting out that pheromone, and then you see there's still some bees that are marching. So let me back out here, kind of show you. So this is one-time zoom, so I'm about 5 feet away from the hive. Look at all their, that's called fanning right there, and I think the queen made it. Okay, so we're about 35 minutes from the time that I first spotted the swarm, so I'd say maybe 40 minutes total. Again, I didn't see the cluster in a tree or anything, so I don't know if they came directly from the hive or what. But right now I can get nice and close. They're still fanning. And I'm thinking it's probably between, well, normally swarms, I guess anywhere from 2 to 5 to 10 pounds of bees. 10 would be huge, but there seem to be a lot.